Hey everyone, PREParedness Paul here. I decided to make a video on the process for getting the Japanese ham license because they do not reciprocate in the way that other countries reciprocate. You actually have to get a license, and if you do not live in Japan, that license is an annual renewal. I've had a lot of people ask me about it, so I thought I'd make a video. So the first place you want to go to is their ARRL location, which is the JARL, Japanese Amateur Radio League. And that's where you're going to get all your information about anything to do with Japan, from general information and the board members. Here's the ham fair that I experienced. Check out that live stream and individual radio videos I uploaded. Here's JARL at Dayton and the QSL Bureau if you need to mail a QSL card to someone. And names and addresses of hams. Just so you know, they're not as addresses and all that information is not readily available like it is here in the United States. And they've got some member search, a Japanese band plan, and right here, application procedure for foreign amateurs is where we're going to go first. So you're going to go to that link, and it's going to take you here, and you need to fill out these two forms, the JARL 96-04 and the letter of authorization allowing the JARL to act on your behalf. You're going to need a photocopy of your current amateur radio operations certificate, which the reference copy, which you download off of the FCC website, is sufficient. You need originally a photocopy of your passport, and I have only had to do this the first time and when I renewed my passport because they have these things on file. But remember, if you do have an outdated ham radio license or passport, that needs to be renewed. And if your ham radio license expires in 9 months, you're only going to get a license in Japan for those 9 months, just so you know. And then you're going to pay with a money order. I pay through PayPal, and I'll show you how to do that in a minute. So first we're going to click on the 9604 form, and this is pretty self-explanatory. Application, birth, nationality, mailing address. Japanese mailing address for me is a hotel address, and it's going to be a mobile portable. You do not have fixed unless you have a fixed station, and I believe you need to be living in Japan for that. Your call sign in the home country, your license class, which would be technician, general, or extra, and then give the issue and expiration of your license, your passport number, when you're going to arrive in Japan, and when you're going to depart from Japan. And in my case, I put in the date that I'm going to arrive. Let's just say it's 2 months from now, because I like to try to renew early. And then I just put 365 days onto that and put it in here. Now in this section, you're only going to be able to, if you're an extra class, you're only going to be able to get 50 watts. So you're going to want to circle all of these 50 watts. You're going to just circle that. And I'm just circling all these modes. The only thing I don't really do is TV. I'm going to circle all these modes, and then on this side I'm putting my radios, which is a Yaesu, an ICOM, and radios that are 50 watts or below. You might have issue if you put in, say, an 891, because it does have the capability of going to 100 watts, but you can always try it. I don't think they're too particular about this as long as they're FCC or Japanese certified. So make sure you select the power wattage. You're going to select all the bands you want. So I just put a big circle over all those, a big long circle over 50 and the 10 watts, and then a big circle over all of these. And that form is going to be complete. The next form you're going to want to fill out is, let's go back, sorry, is this letter of authorization form, and that's a pretty basic form. You put your date, your call sign, you print your name, your email, and you sign this. You're going to print this form and the other form, okay, and you're going to take that reference copy or just a scanned copy of your American call sign, and I'm assuming this works for other countries as well, the UK, Europe, and New Zealand, South America, and all that. A copy of your passport, and you're going to send all those to this email right here, intl@jarl.org. Just email it to that email, and they're going to send you a reply, and they're going to tell you how to pay with PayPal, and that is going to be another email from Ken, who has helped me every year. Shout out to Ken in the Japan Amateur Radio League. He's going to tell you how much and who to send that PayPal to. And the cost, you're going to notice here a lot of information on the cost and what you can and can't do. So if you choose for them to act on your behalf, the fees for 50 watts or less is 4,300 yen. Now, there's an exchange rate of 150 yen right now to the dollar, so it's probably in the $30 something range, and that's for mobile and portable. Now, to go to the 200 watts, it's an 8,100 yen. It's an increased fee, but that's for fixed stations only. And my understanding to this date, and in talking with Ken, is even though I'm in a hotel, the same hotel, using the same station setup, it is not a fixed station. I've read somewhere else that you do need to have Japanese residency to get that 200 watt limit or power limit. Now, after the first year, and you want to start your renewal 2 months in advance, if you start later, you're going to end up paying the full 4,300 yen. So the renewal fee is only 3,050 yen, again payable by PayPal once you submit the updated documents. And right here, the 5-year license is only available to those who hold permission for permanent residence. So mine is renewed every year at the 3,050 yen rate, which is $20-something. And that's pretty much it. Once you get all that in, the location that you put in for your Japanese address, in my case, it is the hotel that I stay at. I put in care of, and that address, they hold it for me. And I've done this for quite a few years now. They know exactly what I'm doing. They will give you a little kind of a tan envelope, and you open it up, and it'll have all your documents that you sent, plus your Japanese call sign and license. And you'll want to keep all that. I just keep all that with my suitcase when I travel to Japan. If you want to do the bank or what was that, the money order or whatever, you can do with the SWIFT code and everything. Here's their information. I just find PayPal so much easier. Towards the bottom, here's all their charges, and just wait for the email back from Ken. Once you've submitted everything, within a week or so, he'll tell you how much to pay and how to pay via PayPal. And that's it, guys. Within a month or so, you'll have your month to a month and a half, you'll have your call sign, all the documents you sent in an envelope waiting for you, and you'll be able to use that Japanese call sign for that 1 year period. And so my call sign is JI1GBC, and it's kind of a hassle to, have to pay 3,000 yen every year, but $20-something, but it's also kind of cool to have your own call sign. So that's pretty much the procedure. I just want to go over a couple things really quick. When you put a call sign in their Japanese, in their search, not QRZ, it's a little bit different there. They have a little more privacy. I'm going to put my JI1GBC call in here and search. Now that's going to pop up my call sign because I am in the system. But there's also an X here because I have not paid for Japan Amateur Radio League membership. And even if I have paid, if I have not authorized them to give any information, this will have an X here. Otherwise, it would give you some more information. And you could send a QSL card via Japanese QSL Bureau, which is the address here, which keeps everyone's addresses private. And if they're a member, they'll forward that QSL card to the person you're sending it to. Also, another thing you might want to take a look at, too, is the band plan. It's not exactly the same. Just like UK and Europe and other countries, it's not exactly the same. So check out the band plan. Like here, you can see CW 3.5 to 3.53, but looking at our band plan, CW is 3.525 to 3.6 CW only. Of course, you can use CW in other areas, but just double check the band plan and make sure you stay within their band plan and don't use the ARRL band plan or whatever band plan of the country that you come from. All in all, guys, it's pretty easy. The Japan Amateur Radio League, shout out to JARL and Ken, have helped me every year. It's an amazing organization that definitely helps international hams get their Japanese amateur license and start operating in Japan. So I hope this helps everybody. Again, jarl.org gives you all that information. Post your comments, questions, suggestions, and I will get back to them as soon as I can. Thanks, everybody, for watching. And 73 from K5EOP and JI1 GBC.